My name is Daniel Destiny, and I started off at Big Brothers Big Sisters at the age of 8. I was a mentee and then also volunteered in my teenage years.
Allison Visser. I was a little sister.
My name is Addison Colombo. I was in grade 7 and I got the opportunity to be part of the Go Girls group as a mentee. And then that took me into when I was in high school, wanting to get some volunteer hours and get my name out there. I started volunteering in the in-school mentoring program. When I went to college, I did my placement with Big Brothers Big Sisters. And then that actually turned into me being a staff member with Big Brothers Big Sisters as the in-school mentoring coordinator.
My name is Nicholas Wesner, and I got involved with Big Brothers back in 1992, I believe. It was after my father passed away on December 9th of 1991. My mom got me on the list. And it was about a year later or so, 1992, that we got the call for a possible match.
My name is Mariah Gibson, and I'm the Service Delivery Manager at Big Brothers Big Sisters of Oxford County. I was first involved with BBBS as a mentee in the program. So I joined when I was 7 years old. I was matched with someone named Betty for 2 years. And then that match had to end just because of time constraints. And then I was rematched with my big sister, Denise, and we were matched for 9 years until I graduated from the program.
I bought PB Fries when I was 19, and it was my high school job. I started off when I was 15 working there. And around the same time when I was 15, I finally found my, what I consider my permanent match, which was Matt. And I met Matt, believe it or not through the matching process, but through me volunteering at Curl for Kids' Sake. And we had such a good connection that he went out of the way to kind of match us.
So my big sister was Jody. She was amazing. She was just this bright person that kind of just took me under her little wing. And she was very creative. So we were always doing crafts, and she was always thinking of different ways to keep me entertained. She was always getting us to do some, and she was such a big volunteer herself. So she always had us doing the different programs with Big Brothers Big Sisters.
This is Jim Haycock, my big brother from Big Brothers Association.
I can't say I was pushed into becoming a big brother. I had a friend who was a big brother, and he talked, and I met his little brother at the time. And then my girls, they were really supportive. They're the ones that kind of encouraged me to test the water with Big Brothers. And I was really happy that they did, because they supported me on the first time, and they really supported me on the second time. And the second time, I now have a lifetime friend.
As a mentee, I think you don't really know that it's happening while you're in the program. You just kind of think that you're running around and having fun with girls that are the same age as you. But really, as you get older, you kind of learn that those lessons that were strategically put into the programming really stick with you. And I found that in the moment, didn't really think much of it, but throughout the years, it really meant a lot.
Being matched with Denise gave me a lot of opportunities that I wouldn't have had otherwise, both through the agency and with things that she planned for us together. It also was just someone who was a consistent presence in my life during the time that I really needed one. She was somebody to talk to, somebody I could count on. She was at a lot of big milestone moments in my life, my grade 8 graduation, my high school graduation. She was and is a very important person in my life.
When I first matched with Matt, kind of the thing that we connected on right away was I always wanted to be a business owner or be an entrepreneur, and I was really passionate about that. He had an ice cream store when he was my age as well, and we related on a bunch of topics in which I haven't really related on many people in which were Matt's age before, and which was a really cool thing to kind of dive in and talk about with him.
I think that, I guess now looking back at it, I am a high school teacher now, and it's kind of one of those things of, it is in a role of being able to be in a position of, I guess, mentorship as well, and build those connections and sort of guide people into in the right direction and just help them, live life. And I feel like that's what Big Brothers and my relationship has done with Jim has done for me.
She had this beautiful career that she really enjoyed and thrived with, and it made me push for that, in my own self. And there was areas of my life that I stopped really focusing on because I felt like it wasn't important. And I'm like, if she has this beautiful little life. Like I could totally have that. Now having a career and a little family of my own is just like, I give her a lot of credit. Like she's had a huge impact on me, and it's amazing. And I don't think as a young person I realized how much she influenced me, but yeah, she has.
Even if it's just 1 hour a week, that time commitment and that one-on-one support for that child is paramount in their development.
Just imagine, like, you took a couple hours out of your day to help with the Big Bunch program, and I still remember the impact in which you made as like a 23-year-old. What I tell people is, like, if you have a lot of time or you have a little bit of time, it doesn't matter. The impact in which you could have on a kid, it can be life-changing, and who knows what things that they can pursue based off of you taking time out of your day to kind of steer them in the right direction and, yeah, give them opportunities in which they wouldn't have had previously.
Because like Jody only spent 2 hours with me once a week, and it changed my life.
Well, the impact Nick has had on my life is just phenomenal. I can't explain it. I'm the youngest of 4 boys. So for me, having 3 older brothers, it was really nice having a younger brother. You know, he's always been a part of my family, and my girls love him. We all love him.
Mentorship is really important for children and youth. I've always believed that, and having been on both sides of it, I see the impact of that all the time. Before I was in this role, I was community-based mentoring coordinator for a number of years. So that was kind of a full circle moment, supporting matches instead of being involved in a match. And it was interesting seeing from the other side that growth in the kids. And during check-ins, things that they would share with me about how their mentor impacted them very much echoed what my experience was. There's very formal ways that mentoring matters in terms of like the outcomes that we see, school engagement, career readiness, a lot of life skills and things like that. But I also see the impact in just those everyday moments, having adults in their life who believe in them and how that boosts their confidence and their self-esteem. How sometimes that's the only trusted adult outside of, you know, people in their family or whoever might be in their circle to talk to. So even if that's just one positive outlet, kids are dealing with a lot in today's society, and having somebody who doesn't have to be there but chooses to be there is something very meaningful that I think leaves a lasting impact on them.
I'd say to Kristen specifically, I want to thank her for everything that she has done for me, both in my professional career as well as personally. That Go Girls program I still think about. Like I said, I still have that little name tag because I wanted to keep it all these years. I still think back to all those fond memories with all my friends in elementary school.
Hey Jody, thank you so much for all that you've done for me. I love you.
I just want to say thank you. Yeah. For everything you've done, everything you continue to do. And yeah, I'm very blessed to have you in my life, and I love you, brother.